Hi loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Happy Foundation Friday. Today we're going to be trying out something a little new and a little different and it just was sent to me. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Okay, so here it is. This is the new Dermablend product. It's called One Coat 24-Hour Wear and Care Cover Care Concealer. It covers in just one coat. Proven to last up to 24 hours. It's waterproof, transfer resistant, and 24-hour skincare hydration. It is dermatology tested, non-comedogenic, sensitive skin tested, allergy tested, fragrance free, phthalate free, paraben free, alcohol free, vegan, and cruelty free. Yes! Love it. Okay, so they actually make one of, there was a foundation I used several years ago that they make. I used to mix it with like a primer or a moisturizer. It was so beautiful. I don't even know why I don't use that anymore. Anywho, they sent me this in PR. They sent me 3 colors. I'm actually going to use 2 of them because we're going to see if we can, and I'm going to be using 15C and 23N. And we're going to actually use this all over the face, okay, because this claims to cover all sorts of things. So, because they use it all over the face too. They say it covers port wine stains, hyperpigmentation, dark circles, as well as acne. Isn't that fun? All right. Okay, so it's transfer resistant, not transfer proof, but it is waterproof. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to, first of all, I'm taking the darker shade, which is the 23N. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a good old trick. You can do this with a tinted moisturizer of your favorite. So I'm actually going to be using this. This is a company called, I think it's SAIE. Yeah, I ordered this myself and I have been using it, but I have not been loving it. It is super, super, super no coverage. It's called Slip Cover. It has broad spectrum SPF 35. It's a clean product. It just launched. It's okay, but it just needs more love in it. So take your tinted moisturizer, and I'm just going to put a little on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take my Dermablend, and I'm going to go like this. I'm not going to put too much because it says it's one swipe coverage, so we're about to find out. I'm going to take a foundation brush. This is one of my favorites. It's by Sigma F18. And the reason why I'm doing this and not with a sponge is because I don't want to shear this out anymore. The tinted moisturizer is already sheer. The formulation, it says on here, is already hydrating for the Dermablend. And I know, this is a first impressions. We never do this, but how fun is that? Okay, so I'm going to take literally a little bit of each, like that, and just kind of dab it together, okay? Yes, I might have used just a touch too much. But we're going to go in. Okay. And we're going to build this bad boy up. So far, that's really pretty, right? That's done a nice job. Now, obviously mixing this with something else is going to take a little bit of that waterproof and transfer proof away, just because you're completely adjusting the formula. So keep that in mind. But the skin looks pretty and glowy. All right, that is a nice coverage for what I normally would wear, right? That looks nice. Now, usually I like to go in and conceal a little bit more because just for me personally, and we all see different things, don't we? I like to conceal some of my hyperpigmentation. I have these weird things that I just did to my head, hyperpigmentation, that type of stuff. Okay, so we're going to give a real flawless look today. So I'm going back in with the the 23N, full strength, and we're going to kind of use it like this. What do you think? My nose? Yeah? Yes? Yes? Yes. Okay. Now, of course, you can go in with your brush, but I'm going to go in with a sponge, and I'm just going to tap this around. This color is a touch dark for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of my concealer color with it, just so it's not weird, because that looks a little orangey for me. This is a really good concealer color for me, the 15C. Yeah, I love the brand. I think this brand is good stuff. I think that it's not covering, like if that was a port wine stain, no, that would not be covering that up. Full strength. Okay, so it's obviously done a nice job on my moderate hyperpigmentation. It dries really quickly, so that's nice. So it doesn't feel sticky or heavy. Yeah, okay, so from your view, this, in my opinion, it probably looks really kind of perfected. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it looks like a ton of makeup at all. And I'm just kind of, I'm not adding any more product, you guys. I'm just blending. And this, oh, by the way, this beauty blender is dry. I still think that you would need to color correct with it, especially like a port wine stain, because you guys can see that, right? Like you guys can still see my hyperpigmentation through there. Let's try the concealer. Since it's full coverage, we're just gonna go real low. And then blend away. Oh, that's pretty. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. Yeah, that concealer, as a concealer, which I know that's what it's called, okay, and I'm pushing the boundaries here, but they do have it on there, you know, as a thing you can use for your face. That concealer is that as a concealer is really pretty. Went on super easy. I'm not saying any creasing yet. I don't know. I don't know if I would call this, full coverage. What do you guys think? Obviously, I'm one color right now and I need to add dimension back into my skin, but okay, let's let it sit for a second. Just put a touch more there. Yeah, I mean, okay, so under eyes, super pretty. It does not feel heavy. It does not feel sticky, tacky. Even with that, you know, with the tinted moisturizer, it feels like it's pretty much like set down. I will set it though, just to make sure it has longevity today. But I still think that I would need to color correct first, then obviously this over this. Okay. There we go. Brush all the way, you guys. No sponge. Brush all the way. Stippling motions. And look at, that hyperpigmentation is gone. I mean, you can see, a tiny remnants, but man, that's good. And this up here is looking good. Okay, so brush all the way, tapping motions. Tap, 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 tap. There we go, perfected skin. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it. I am not telling you the powder I'm using. Reason being is because I'm trying it out for another video. It was a recommendation for from one of you guys, a replacement for my Holy Grail powder that is drugstore. Okay, so we're just gonna set it. And this is, the powder that I'm using is a touch illuminating. It's not super matte. And remember, when you're setting, you don't wanna, you wanna tap first. When you're setting this type of stuff, tap, and then you can buff. Because you don't want to move what you just put down. Tap, 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 tap. I'm not using hardly very much powder at all. And then I buff. So far there's just minimal creasing right here. That's it though. But I think it still looks really nice under the eyes. I still would recommend using probably a brush even under the eyes for the concealer. Even this dry beauty blender kind of sucked up the color into it. But that's how you're gonna get this coverage that they're talking about. It's not completely gone. I still think that if you had like a port wine stain or severe discoloration, like super dark melasma, you're still gonna need to color correct a touch before. Yeah, just a touch, not a lot, just in those areas. And then, you know what I mean? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up real close so you guys can see. And then we're going to go into natural light like we normally do, give it a good wear test, and I'll see you in a second. All right, so here we are with everything on. Yes, I went in. This tutorial will be up next week. Check it out for sure, for sure. This is like a cozy night in fall-inspired look. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so a couple things I missed whenever we were talking the first time. It is $28, and they say that the full routine, which I wish they would have said this, you kind of have to dig for it on their website. The full routine is their Dermablend cover drops, okay? I think I still have them. All right, so they say to use their foundation first, and I will tell you, this is a beautiful foundation. Worn alone, mixed with something, it's a beautiful foundation. But it is full coverage, okay? So there is the missing piece. You're gonna put your full coverage foundation on first, and this is really lightweight, by the way, so nothing super hydrating. This is very lightweight. It feels like a second skin. I'm now thinking I might try this again. And so yeah, so you put this on first, then you use your concealer in other places. So now this is like full on making total sense. You know, and then you do that, right? And then you put your concealer on, and then you can obviously set it. And you can get even more coverage if you do with a powder that is like a pressed powder foundation. And of course, I just use like a setting powder for me. So I can now see how that would be able to cover up such different pigmentations and things of that nature. So just wanted to set you out with that. Let's go to natural light. All right, everyone, here we are in natural light. Let you see everything. I think it looks really pretty. I think it looks really, really good. I'm impressed. I actually can't wait to try this the way they said to try it, but it feels really lightweight. It does not feel sticky, heavy, nothing. I feel very like perfected. And the concealer, I will say, did crease a little bit up here, but I don't usually use a lot of powder up there. But I think it's done a nice job on covering everything up that I might need to have it covered up. Again, it's very lightweight. It is hydrating, goes great over my, you know, my eye cream. That's fantastic. And so we'll see how it wears throughout the day. All right, you guys, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, you guys, so we're back in the same location, but 4 hours later, and it looks amazing. I'm actually blown away, to be honest with you. It has not budged, it has not moved. I did wear a mask, and my mask was just a little bit tight here, and that's all that that's just that. So the transfer proof, I can't really, obviously, like I said, I can't attest to it because I changed the formula, but it has stayed on really, really nicely. My mask obviously was right here, so that did not rub off. So overall, all in all, 4 hours in, we are good to go. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, hi loves, back in the studio. It is much later on today. I have to say I am so impressed. Look at you guys. Look how good this foundation looks. Now, okay, it is looking at just a touch dry right here, but I did give myself a TCA peel about 6 days ago, so that could be from that. I'm not sure, but it does look just a touch dry right here. Maybe I could have used maybe a hydrating primer in like kind of these areas that do have a tendency to look like that for me. But look at this. It stayed in place. Look at my forehead, stayed in place. Oh, I didn't tell you, this is a total of 8 hours of wear. And I bet this could go strong for many, many more hours. I mean, even the under eyes don't look too bad at all. What do you guys think? I'm actually really, really impressed. I will keep you posted. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram because tomorrow I am actually going to do it with the technique that they say to, with the foundation and then the concealer. And I'm going to give you my response on how that does that day because it's going to be Halloween. So we'll have a long day that day. So I'm impressed. Let me know if you guys have even heard of this, if you guys are interested in trying it. And thank you all so much for being here. And I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, Liz.